So today I'm working on my daughter's 2007 Peugeot 107, which has been quite a reliable car, to be honest. It's a cracking little car. We paid basically pocket change for it about a year ago. It's just passed its MOT actually, with no advisories. But anyway, we were getting a whirring noise when we started the engine, especially from cold. And on further investigation, what we found was the water pump pulley, which you can see here, is quite worn and rusty. And I suspected that the bearing had gone in the water pump. Anyway, I've just taken it off. I'll show you, but it's very easy. It's only 5 bolts. Take the belt off, drain the coolant out, take the 5 bolts out, and anyway, sure enough, took the water pump off, and you can don't know if you can hear that, but it's actually quite rough, the bearing. So I think the combination of the bearing being worn and the pulley itself being worn has been causing the noise. So basically went ahead and got one of these from an online parts store. I've not got a genuine one because actually the one I found was a decent make, which was Borg & Beck. Comes with a new gasket. The gasket's basically rubber, which is dead easy to change, no messing about with sealants or anything like that. Comes with 5 new bolts. So I'll just show you around this job now and show you what I've been up to actually remove this water pump. So first of all, I removed the cap from the coolant tank and the radiator, and then I took the belt off. The belt was quite easy. There's basically a bolt on the top of the alternator, which is that one there, and then what I had to do actually is jack the car up, and I supported the car on the subframe, and then that enabled me to actually disconnect the bottom hose there, take that off, let all the coolant drain out, and then it was a case of getting up to the bolts. You can see there where the water pump fits into the engine, right next to the crankshaft pulley, and there's basically 5 bolts, and you can see the recess there for the gasket. To release the actual dry belt, you can see that there is a mechanism on the bottom of the alternator, which is there. So basically there's a bolt that goes through the alternator, into the alternator, and then the long threaded bar here, that's the adjuster. So you basically back that off, and then you can swing the alternator to take the belt off. You can see there where the water pump goes in, you can see the recess. So there's basically 3 bolts at the top, 1, 2, 3, and then on the bottom, and then another one there that holds the water pump in. So what my plan is now is put a new gasket in there, and I'm going to offer the new water pump up, get the bolts in, and then we'll have another look. I'm going to show you the actual new part now as well. So this is the new pump. It comes with a new gasket, bolts as well, which is handy. Beck. It's one of the makes that I would trust. There is lots of dodgy makes on the market, but these are a tried and tested company. That's the new pump there. Looks a really nice quality pump. Bearings lovely and smooth. So we're going to get on now and get this fitted. Just going to do a comparison there just to make sure the bolts are the same as the old one, which you can see they are. It's always good to line up and just check that the pump is the same size, which it is. So we're going to get on and get this fitted. There's the new gasket in place. You can see there, fits all the way around. Just got to be careful when we offer the new pump up that doesn't fall out or get dislodged. So there's the new pump in place. I've just nipped the bolts for now. I'm going to go and check on Google, see what the torque setting is, and then we'll get them torqued up. So I checked on Google. Looks like the torque setting for the bolts is 28 Newton meters, which I've set my torque wrench to. So we're going to torque them up now. It's important to do these evenly, so I'll start at the bottom, then I'll go at the top, and then I'll go crossover so that I'm not pulling it in sideways. Okay, that's the water pump all torqued up. Next job, refit the auxiliary drive belt. This doesn't look too bad. If you want to check it, just turn it over, just check for cracks in the ribbing. If it's very cracked, it's probably a good idea to put a new one on, but this one actually looks in reasonable condition, so we're going to crack on and refit this one. You can see the belt there, it goes round the bottom of the crankshaft and then loops around the top of the alternator. And then the back of the belt drives the water pump, so you don't see the belt coming around the bottom of the water pump, because the back of the belt drives the water pump. So all I need to do now is I need to retension the belt using that tensioner bolt there, and I'm going to wind that in. It'll pull the alternator back and put the right amount of tension on the belt. So we just want a little bit of flex on the belt when we're finished. Well, that's the belt tensioned up. You can see the tensioner there. So you basically wind the bolt from that end, and you can pretty much guess where it should be, because you can see the clean threads just starting to come out there where I've got the tension. And you can check the belt tension from the top, just looking for a little bit of deflection in the belt. You certainly don't want the belt too tight, because you can put too much pressure on your bearings, on the water pump and on the alternator. So that's the tensioner done. So now I'm just going to have a little clean round, wipe any water just around the bottom of this water pump here, get some water in. This is the stuff that I ended up getting for the coolant. It's ready mixed. It's the right one for the vehicle. I think it's an OAT coolant, which is but anyway, I tend to go for ready mixed, save you messing about. I don't think it'll take 5 litres, it'll probably be more like 4 by the time we finish. So we're going to get this wax in now, and then we'll be running the engine up to temperature. So what I've done is I've filled the coolant to the top of the radiator. I've also topped that up to the correct level, which you can see there, to the line. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start the engine. We're going to run it with the heater on full hot, because that helps the water circulate around the heater. And what I'm expecting to happen is this will drop a little bit and we'll probably get some air coming out, so I'm going to leave the top off for a few minutes until the level stabilises, and then we'll be running up to temperature. The other thing I'm going to be doing as well is obviously keeping an eye on the water pump underneath, so I'm going to leave it on the stand so I can get underneath and just check for leaks. Just checking for leaks. No sign of leaks. Sounds a lot quieter as well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to road test the car. I'm going to make sure the heaters are running nice and hot, get the engine up to temperature, bring it back, let it cool down, and then I'm going to, once it's cooled down, I'm going to recheck the coolant level. As long as the coolant level's okay and there's no leaks, we're good to go. Nice and hot, both hoses. That's the top hose and the bottom hose are red hot, which is what you need. And the fan came in. Once the fan is running, you know it's right up to temperature and the thermostat's opened. so I'm going to let it cool down now. I'm not going to take that off. That's why it says caution. Do not remove while the engine's hot. So I'm going to make a cup of tea, let it cool down, take that off, as long as the level's okay. And the level's still okay in the expansion bottle, which it is. I'm happy. There doesn't appear to be any leaks from the new water pump. It's getting nice and hot inside with the heater. So hopefully that'll cure, well I know that will definitely cure our weed noise that we've had on the morning. It's like a strange whining noise that we're getting from it. So I'm pretty sure that will cure that, and car should be all good for winter. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. There'll be more videos coming very soon.